Namaskar, hello fellow yogis. Welcome to Chotar Veda channel. Last video we saw the Ashtanga Yoga and limbs of yoga. Today we will see the first limb of Ashtanga Yoga called Yama. In this video we will delve into the ethical directives of Yama, which serve as the foundation for a balanced and harmonious life. Join us as we understand each aspect of Yama and how it guides us in our interactions with ourselves and others. Yama, ethical moral vows of social conduct. Yama means to control. These are the restraints imposed on the self that comprise of 5 vows of restriction. Since very ancient times, man has been a social creature. He can't live in isolation. As a member of the society, he has certain duties and rights, and he has to follow certain rules and regulations for the happiness of others and himself. The 5 directives given by Patanjali Yoga Sutra. The sutra is अहिंसा सत्यास्तेय ब्रह्मचर्या परिग्रहा यमः जाति देश काल समयानवच्छित्रा सार्वभौमा महाव्रतम. The 5 directives given by Patanjali for social conduct are: Ahimsa means non-violence, Satya means truthfulness, Asteya means not to steal, Brahmacharya means well-controlled sexual conduct, and Aparigraha means non-averse. These universal ethical values are not limited to any birth, place, time, or context. It means that they can be followed by a person of any birth at any place, time. With due to adherence to these qualities, purification of the mind occurs. In other Yoga Samhitas too, there are many prescriptions mentioned for purifying the mind from the root. For example, in the Yoga Upanishad, there are 10 directives under the title Yama, which are Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Kshama, Dhruti, Ishwar Daya, Mit Ahar, and Shauch. Hatha Yoga Pratipika also describe these 10 prescriptions for social conduct. Let's see the first directive of Yama, Ahimsa. Hinsa refers to absence of love. Violence arises from the feeling of animosity. Love has the power to keep everyone united. At the core of yoga, there is no scope for violence. It is filled only with love for every creature. Violence is an aftermath or result of fear, selfishness, anger, and faithlessness. Ahimsa is just the opposite of hinsa or violence. Ahimsa means giving due respect to all the existence. Importantly, ahimsa is a state of mind. Patanjali states that the one who eschews even the thoughts of violence completely and walks on the path of yoga automatically gets rid of the feelings of hatred and jealousy. Number second directives of Yama is Satya. Speak the truth. Speak in a pleasing way, but never speak even the truth in an unpleasant manner. And at the same time, do not speak a lie even if it is pleasing to the listener. This is the advice given in the Mahabharata. According to the Darshanopshada, the proof that we get from the experience of 5 Jnanindriyas is the truth or Satya. According to the Yoga Shastra, agreement in what is comprehended by the mind and the intellect is the only truth, and this is the only right knowledge. The practice of yoga should trickle down into our conduct through our speech, thoughts, and actions. The one who lies is more dangerous than a snake. It is said that the tongue doesn't have a bone and therefore can bend in any way, and therefore it is important to control it. It is not possible to say when it will leave the path of truth and tread on the path of falsity. Number third directive is asteya. Asteya means non-stealing. Patanjali ordains not to steal. It means only to ask for what rightfully belongs to one, and to steal or desire for others' belongings or unnecessary desire for material wealth also comes under stealing. The one who follows asteya is blessed with wealth even though he does not desire for it, and he uses his wealth for his necessities as well as welfare of others. Number fourth directive is brahmacharya. It is not the mere observance of celibacy, but practicing licit sexual conduct within the ambit of marriage. Kalidasa, the most illustrious poet of India, in his Raghuvamsham described about ideal king of the Sun clan Surya Vamsha in the following verse. The verse is त्यागाय संभ्रतार्थानाम प्रजार्थम ग्रहमेधिनाम. त्यागाय संभ्रतार्थानाम प्रजार्थम ग्रहमेधिनाम. The king of Surya clan had desired money for charity, tyaga, and cohabited with a woman only for progeny. Kama is included in the four Purusharths, objects of human pursuit, and is certainly one of the powerful driving forces of human life, but it requires to be properly guided and controlled. The married couple shall have to be loyal to each other and discharge their respective duties with diligence. Uncontrolled desires surely take one to the bottom. Number fifth directive is aparigraha. It is the fifth directive of Yama. Parigraha means to stock or hoard or collect. To collect the material beyond our needs or requirements is a parigraha, while averting such a greed is a aparigraha. If the tendency to hoard becomes a habit, it would be very difficult to come out of it. To some extent, we need to keep things. Examples: storing annual requirement of grains. Each person needs to store things to sustain his body. This is not considered as hoardings. The source of hoarding is in the desire for the object. Even while praying to the God, we beg for many things. This kind of prayer is not selfless prayer. He who is not attracted towards unnecessary objects and physical comforts, only he can be free from the malady called avarice. Patanjali says he who readily abdicates the feeling of I and mine, only he can understand the things in the right perspective. Let's see the how does this aparigraha help. Aparigraha sthairye janma kathanta sambodha. Aparigraha sthairye janma kathanta sambodha. Permanent stability in a non-possessiveness produces perfect knowledge and understanding of births and incarnations. Aparigraha enables us to understand our past and future births as well as the present one. If we avoid hoardings or stocking unnecessary things, tensions and stresses reduce. The cluttering of thoughts also reduces. The mind becomes stress free. All worries about safety, loss, and gain disappear. Open mindedness and free attitude develop. This result in the knowledge of past and future lives and a complete understanding of the self. Conclusion. Yama, the first limb of Ashtanga Yoga, provides the ethical framework for living a balanced and harmonious life. By practicing ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, and aparigraha, we cultivate kindness, honesty, moderation, and contentment. Applying these principles in our daily lives enhances our relationships, brings peace to our minds, and aligns us with the core values of yoga. Thank you for joining this video on Yama in Ashtanga Yoga. Remember to subscribe to our channel for more insightful content on yoga and well-being. May the practice of Yama inspire you to live a life of integrity, compassion and harmony. Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you yogis. Dhanyavad.